Okay, good morning, everyone. Good morning. I hope you all slept well, and I hope we're all fine. I think we should be about 7 on this call, except the AIs. Please confirm if you can hear me. All right, so that's fine. I sent something to the group, but we are filling it out wrongly. So I'll just make a little adjustments and then we'll take it from there. Okay, so since we are 7 on the call, please, how many persons have never worked on the projects? So I'll know what we are looking at this morning. Okay, Elizabeth, you can speak.
You mentioned how many have never worked on a project, so that is why I raised my hand.
Oh, okay, you can just send a message in on the chat box. All right. Um, Jade, you sent a message. Would you like to speak? All right. Jade has worked on a project. So I'm just making a little adjustment so you guys would see the formats and you guys will follow through on that. So I'm sending that in a bit. All right. Okay. This call is open to us, so she's not supposed to be having an issue. Okay. So Elizabeth, please let's read through instructions before picking. Suleiman, you made the same mistake, and I don't know if Magdalene is here. Magdalene made the same mistake. So I said you have to pick one. You have to pick one chosen industry. So that means you cannot pick B and F and healthcare. So you have to pick B and F or you have to pick healthcare. So please make adjustment and just add it to the list. Right? I don't want our attention to be divided for now. That's the essence of that. So I'm going through the chat box. Please, how many persons have not finished the project before? Please, if you haven't, kindly indicate if you have. Indicate also. We have a lot of individuals that haven't finished or done the project before. Okay, Jade has worked on a project. As well, Elizabeth has never worked on a project. Same with Suleiman, Cindy haven't, and Oladipo haven't also. Okay, so one of the things we'll be doing is pairing individuals that have never worked on a project to individuals that have worked on a project as their accountability partner. and also pairing individuals in the same industry. So that would be very, very easy. And we'll be starting with Excel. So what I had in mind is a curriculum, not really, not like a curriculum, but a timetable will be sent in. I don't know if timetable is the right word to use, but for the next 2 months, we would have a calendar of everything we are doing, right? So we can see that, okay, from this date to that date, we have to get this done, and this is our deadline. From this other day to this other day, we have to get, we have to be done with this particular tool. And I haven't really made amends on the rules concerning this group, but I think some if you're not meeting up with deadlines, then there's no essence or there's no use of being here. So some individuals will be kicked out. Hopefully, I don't know yet. Okay. So first for Excel, we have to work with something very small. Since we have lots of individuals that have never worked on a project before, something very, very small. I am sure we are all familiar with data cleaning and what data cleaning is. And if we are not familiar with that, we would have to be asking lots of questions and also doing lots of research. So I'm going to drop a link our first our first project, and this is more of like it's for market data sets, and it has about 200 rows if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, it's something very small. So for the first project, everybody will be working on the same thing, right? I don't know if I would need your suggestions. I don't know if we should um treat it together on a call, right? Since it's our first project, that is understandable. Treat it together on this call, and for the others moving forward, everybody would have to go and hunt for their data sets and what they want to work on. Maybe you can do that with your accountability partner. It depends on the two of you. So you hunt for your data set and you have to clean if it requires cleaning. And also you need to provide a dashboard and a deadline would be set. So is this something we should do on a call for the first one on this call, or or a we should just send out a Google link, sorry, a YouTube link on how to go about these things? So what do you guys think? Suggestions, please. You can unmute your mic and speak. Hello, are we sleeping on the call?
Hello.
Okay,
Hi.
please. Who is
This Jadesola Jade.
okay. All right.
So, from my own opinion, I feel we should start together just for at the beginning of the whole thing. We should start together and see how we can all get along. I know starting together now, you said we will be having, can I remember, 6 projects in total, right? Three
No, it's
per
nine. Nine.
nine. Okay, 9 projects in total. So
Yeah.
starting together with just the first projects shouldn't be much of a big deal since we still have 8 more to go, just to like get along with each other. That's my own opinion.
Okay, so should we talk about it on a call, or um
We can talk
So
about
for
it on the
the
call briefly. Then, if you have any further details, or if you need any further details, you can always drop it on the group chat.
okay, okay, that's fine. So any other person? Because if we work on it on the call, it's be more of me working on it on this call. So still a link will be sent out. I said a link. The data sets will be sent to the group and everybody have to work on it individually. So
Okay.
that means this call will just be for like tutorials and stuff. Okay, this is what you should do, or that is what you should do, and all of that. So is anybody not okay with this? Is everybody in agreement or not? Is any other person? Jade, how come you made it to the morning call? I'm surprised. I was not expecting to see you.
Actually, I'm just fortunate to be on off, and I think I will be consistent for the next 2 weeks as well, because I will be on my annual leave. So I'll be consistent with the timing as well, just for a short period of time.
Okay,
So
that's nice.
anytime I'm on off, because my off days is usually 3 days in a week, 4 days I'm on. So I will definitely make it anytime I'm on off. It's not actually fixed anyway. I will make it.
Okay, that's fine. I'm really happy to see you here. Okay, some persons are still not following instructions. Adam is doing something totally different. Um, so I'm sending a link. I'm sending a link to a Google Drive. Oh God, highlighted the wrong message. I'm sending the link to the Google Drive. So you can all click on the Google Drive and we'll see a supermarket business data, data dirty, blah blah blah. So yeah. For Suleiman, you think a YouTube link would be better? Okay. Cindy, are you here?
Yes, I am.
Right. Okay. So we can all click on it and download the data set. And hopefully this is not going to be a long call. This is not going to be a long call. So we'll create a dashboard with Excel. I cannot remember the last time I did that. Create a dashboard with Excel but I'll send a YouTube video on I'll send a YouTube link on how to create wireframes first and import it into Excel, right? But for now, we are not doing anything serious. We're not doing anything serious since this is going to be a short call. And yes, I hope we're all fine with that. Are we okay with that? Are we all okay with that? Please, reactions, anything on the chat box, let me know. Okay, Jade, please go ahead.
Right, hi. So something just came to my attention now. I've actually worked on a project, although not perfectly done, right? So for this wireframe now, I really don't know much about it. And thankfully you'll be assisting with a YouTube link to like get hold of it. So what category do you think I need to fit myself into? Should I fit myself into someone that has actually worked in a project, but I won't say 100% perfect, right? Or not worked with a project?
So, do you have this project on your system?
Yes, I actually worked on, yes, I have. I do. I
The
have some
whole
projects. I have one that I just did recently on Power BI. Not perfectly done, and maybe to me, not perfectly done because that was just because I'm currently in a boot camp. So that was the project given to us to do. And I made an attempt. And do you mind me sharing that on the screen?
I don't mind. You can go ahead, please.
All right, thank you.
Sorry, Magdalene, are you here now? Hello, Magdalene.
Yes, I'm here. I was actually trying to use a different email to join because I thought it says open, but I'm here now.
All right, that's fine. Welcome.
Mm,
Can you see my screen mirror?
Yes, I can see your screen.
So, this is my first project on Power BI, and sincerely, I had some challenges, being a first timer working on Power BI. So
All
I was
right.
able to work my way through, make some research, watch some YouTube videos just to like get this done. And I feel like subsequent one would be okay, will be better than the initial one. So I don't know if I should put myself into the category of people that have actually worked in the project. I don't know what you mean by that term, like very efficient with what you do, maybe 99% without any doubts. Maybe if that is what you mean by you've actually worked in a project.
No, that's not what I mean. There are people that are
So
very,
these
very
are the
good
things I
and
was
yet
able
they
to like.
doubt their.
There were some, okay, just like you said, very, very good. When it comes to that, I won't say I'm very, very good. So these are the things I did on Power BI. We did some challenges and I was able to like
All right,
on
that's
my
fine.
way
So
through.
I'll actually categorize you.
So this is just it. Okay.
That have worked on the project. Yes, it doesn't have to be perfect. There are people that are good, very, very
Okay
good, but
then.
yet they doubt their work. So that's fine. Okay, for
All right. Thank you.
Elizabeth, my pleasure. For Elizabeth, so you're to click on the Google Drive and you're to download supermarkets dirty data set, if that's the name. So I'm sharing my screen. I'll be sharing my screen. Sorry, please, can we all see my screen? Please, can we all see my screen?
Yes.
All right. So Elizabeth, if you can see my screen, you have to click here on the three dots, click on download, and voila, you find it in your system. So I'll just go ahead and open this. So I don't know if some persons know what a wireframe is, but this is what I mean by wireframe. So I do mine with PowerPoint. Some persons still do theirs with what is it called? Excel. I prefer doing my wireframe with an external tool and inserting it. It's easier and it makes more sense to me. It doesn't stress me like Excel. So this is a wireframe basically, right? And all you have to do is import it into Excel and you have to drag your charts and put them on the placeholders to fit. So this is a wireframe. Same thing. This is a wireframe also. So concerning this I did, I can drag. You can see I can drag, right? I can drag. If I did this on Excel, there will be too many elements and it will just be dragging me backward and forwards. And personally, I don't like it, but there are a lot of individuals that do it. But for this particular one, I think if there is any question, please. You guys can call my attention to it because I cannot see my screen. I cannot see what's going on right now. So this is market data set. And one thing we do as analysts is we think a lot. We have to think a lot. We have a lot of thinking to do. Okay. But still, I think you need to know how to do these things yourself in order to use AI. AI can help you think also. Please hold on. All right. So AI can help you think also. Maybe I was showing my phone. AI can help you think also, but if you cannot think for yourself, how exactly can AI assist you? It will be a lot of trouble. So you have to learn how to think yourself. Now for this data set is dirty. And I don't even know if I should clean this or not. But this data set is dirty. So should we clean this or not? Or you guys will figure it out yourself? Please, I need suggestions. Should I clean this on the call? Or this is something that we can do ourselves? Please, I'm listening. Cindy, you guys can just unmute your mic.
You guys can just unmute your mic.
Uh,
Okay, the
please
first
unmute your
question
mic
I
and speak.
wanted to ask. The first question I wanted to ask was, doesn't mean we have to create the charts in Excel, then import it into the wireframe?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
You showed us a wireframe that we could just drag charts into it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so that means we'd have to have those charts already in Excel.
Yeah, you create the charts yourself. Then you can do it in whichever way you want. More of, you can decide to create your wireframes first, or you can decide to create your charts first. So it depends on what you want to do.
Okay, how do we create the wireframe?
Okay, so I'm going to send the video. I'm going to send the video. I'm going to send the YouTube link on that, right? So you cannot just you can that would take so much time. So you need time to digest information and take notes, right? Okay, and that's where you can replicate it. Are we together? But for this call, we'll just do something, a little something with Excel. Then people that are interested can decide. There are people that want to like learn how to do wireframe. Wireframe makes your job clean and I don't know, it has a lot of benefits though. So it depends on the individual. Should it depend on the individual or it should be mandatory for everybody? Yeah.
It should depend on individual.
Okay. So any other questions, Cindy?
Yes.
I'm listening to you.
Sorry, I think I forgot.
Okay, that's fine. Whenever you remember. Jade, I'm listening to you, please.
Okay, so you're asking a question if we should do the cleaning. So since some of us are yet to learn, and I believe maybe you should just guide our step, probably tell us these are the steps involved in cleaning, these are the basic things you need to consider, probably checking for duplicates and trimming, checking for inconsistency and all that. So probably putting the steps to us and telling us how to go about it, not necessarily doing the task for us. Then, since we have an idea, it is actually guide us while trying to do our own takeaway. That's my own opinion.
Okay, that's fine. Are we all okay with that? Please, I need responses. If you're not responding, how am I supposed to know if you're fine with it or not? Okay, so one is okay with that. Any other person okay with that? And if you're not okay with that, you can also speak. We are listening to you. Okay. So yes, so this is a dirty data set. And for me, for every time I open my data sets, I impute a filter first. So the shortcuts for to get a filter, Shift Control L, takes it off, Shift Control L, brings it back in. So I need my filter in order to filter through to know what's going on, what's missing, the inconsistent data. And very, very important, you need to know your variables, what your variables are, like your column headers. It gives you insights on the data. So we are doing more of exploratory first, right? So for this first column, this is invoice ID. And you can see it's just more of like an ID given to all entries, right? And we have 245. 245. We actually have a total count of 250, right? So we have 250 entries. 250 entries for customer name, names of customers. We can see here that we have space here. We have a space on this particular column. Sorry, on this particular name, this row. That means we need to trim. So we're using our trim function to do this. Right? We can't do this one after the other. We need our trim function to do that. So for this gender, I'm just going to filter through. We have female, the female that is not spelled correctly. We have F, we have male, and a lot of things going on. So we'd have to adjust that. And for product category, not much thing to do here. We can as well trim if we notice any inconsistency. For products name, this is more of, snacks. We have biscuits and the rest. You can decide to fill this out with unknown for the empty columns that are here, or you can as well leave it that way. So for this quantity, so for Excel, whenever a text is placed by the right hand side, it's Excel is seeing it as a number, and whenever it's placed on the left hand side, a number is placed on the left hand side, Excel is seeing it as a text, right? So we have to insert a new column, and we need to use the formula called value to do this. Let me just do this. I'll do equal to I need the text fill. Now everything here is they are all seen as numbers. You can use another method for this also. You can use the right function plus 0. So all you have to do is copy this and you have to paste as values. Does anybody know why we are pasting as values? So I can explain that. Sorry, does anybody have, like, if you don't have an idea why I'm pasting as values, please tell me so I can explain that. Jade, your hands are up.
Are you asking if you know why you're pasting as values or if you don't know?
If you don't know why we are pasting as values.
Okay, that's all right.
So Jade, you know why we are pasting as values? Right.
Yes, I do.
Okay, can you just explain for us? Sorry, hold on.
Okay, that's all right.
If your hands are up, please speak. Kelechi, your hands are up. Please unmute your mic and speak. Okay, she's not speaking. Right. Okay, Jay, just tell us. So, for the individuals that are not on the call, when they watch through.
Okay, so pasting as value will help us get rid of the formula applied, which is the value function. So it doesn't affect other columns.
All right, that is correct. So if we can look through, and let me just re-explain. If we can look through, this is the column we applied our function, and for our function bar, we can see it here. If we delete this column, it affects this one. Ref, it's not referencing properly. The cell referencing, it cannot find this other one. So in order to get rid of that particular problem, we have to copy and we have to paste as values. So it doesn't see the formula anymore. So now we can take this off. We can take this off and we are good to go. So that's that for quantity. Now we have unit price. I think we have to look through some certain values are placed as text and not values. We need to do the same thing for this. So we have to do equal to value, insert a new column equal to value, and we'll get that. Then paste as values. Right. So now if we can look through this, we can see that quantity times unit price will give us total amount. Quantity times unit price, in the sense that, let's say we go to the shop and want to buy two biscuits. Two biscuits, the number is the quantity. Then the unit price is how much one biscuit is being sold for. So one biscuit here is sold for 893 naira. So the total amount you're to pay is the quantity times the unit price, and to give you the total amount. Now for this one, we cannot, the unit price is missing. So in order to get the unit price, we have to do total amount divided by quantity, and we'll get the unit price. Do I have to do that, or we can move on from here? Please, if there's anybody that wants me to do this, I can do this on the call. And for cash payments, filtering for cash payments, we have bank transfer, we have cash, we have online, we have POS, we have transfer that is not spelled right. So all the transfers will either be named as bank transfers or transfers, right? So let me just do this. Bank transfer. This online, I'm going to categorize it as transfer only. So it's cash, POS, or transfer. Now for this online, I'm going to put transfer. So I filtered for transfers only. Transfer. I'm going to drag everything here. It's going to adjust. At the same time, you can do Control F, that's find and replace all. That works too. Okay. So I'm going to clear this filter. And so for location, I'm skipping this for now. For location, we have Abuja, Benin City, Ibadan, Kano, Lagos, Port Harcourt. There's a hyphen in Port Harcourt, and this other Port Harcourt, there's no hyphen. So we have to adjust that. Right. And for our dates, some of our dates it's just basically different formatting, and we have to adjust the formats. Okay, so let me see. Sorry, please, are we together? Yes, I'm showing my screen. Vina, can't you see my screen?
Seriously, I just started seeing it, and I've been on this call for some minutes. I just started seeing it, but
Oh,
it's
sorry.
fine. I think I'm there. Let's go.
Right. Okay, no problem. So let's look through the dates together. For some individuals that are using the latest Excel, you can easily just change it. This would work. But to individuals like myself that are using outdated Excel, would have a lot of work to do. So changing it as a short date, this particular date is not even being affected. Let me see.
Can anyone
Sorry.
hear?
No, I'm not saying anything. Just give
Oh,
me a few.
okay.
Okay, so for this particular one, funny how I figured this a lot of time and I keep forgetting how I went about it. So the issue with this is the formatting, right? So it's June, the June there is supposed to be month or something, but there's June, there's still June, and the likes, and I have to figure out how I did it the first time, and the second time, and the third time, and I cannot remember that. Okay, so I'll just figure this out on my own end, and I'll send a little recording on how I did that. Right. So this shouldn't be a problem. Um, Coming. So I'm here. Oh, I'm here. Please. I'm just looking for the one I worked on previously, the one I cleaned, so I don't have to start. And I cannot even find it. I can't find it. We actually need a clean data set. We actually need a clean data set to do a dashboard. Okay. Let me share on the screen.
Good morning, please. My hand has been up since.
We've asked you to speak it. Oh, Suleiman. Is it Suleiman that is speaking?
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Please, you can speak. You can just unmute your mic and speak.
Actually, up time for prayer here, and I probably won't be able to finish the call with you. I just want to ask: is it possible for us to get the KPI for this data set?
KPI for the data set.
Yes,
What do you mean by KPI for the data set?
like the key performance indicator that we are going to work on this present data set you forwarded to us.
So no, you won't. Maybe you can get a bit of an idea, but you would have to come up with your analytical questions yourself
Okay,
for what you deem fit.
all right.
Yes. All right. Wrong screen. Okay. So this was the one I worked on previously. Please, can we all see my screen? All right. So this is the raw data set, the dirty one, and this is the clean sheet I worked on. So for this particular data set, they are duplicate values also. So you have to look for duplicate values too. And I left online actually for this one. I have cash, online, POS, transfer, and unknown. So this is the dates I worked on that I can no longer remember, and the cities. So this was the dashboard that was created for this. Yes, this was the dashboard that was created for this. I did this last year. So let's just do just something small, nothing serious. Okay. So first of all, after cleaning, while you're cleaning, you'll be getting some certain inspos, inspirations, and some certain analytical questions, insights. Your insights are very, very important. So you have to look at your variables and you have to study it. Okay, what exactly can I get from this? What can I tell? Let's say you're working with a particular business. What can I show them? What do they need to know? What problem can this particular question solve? So for this is a supermarket data set, and they have Lagos is showing twice, and the reason why Lagos is showing twice is because of this, but I'm going to skip it though. I don't was trying to fix anything. Lagos is showing twice. So they have about 5 branches. They have 5 branches. And what exactly can we show them? Which branch is making more sales, right? Which branch is making more sales? And let me look through this. So we have Abuja is making more sales compared to other locations. Abuja is making more sales. I don't know what's going on here. Is at this point you ask yourself, what exactly did I do? Then, if I'm to redo this again, what is it called? Location is actually going to be a slicer, right? Location will be a slicer. Location is going to be a slicer if I'm to redo this, honestly. So we can still have a timeline if we want, but I think it's very important to have location. Now, if we have location, we can easily filter from various locations. Jade, do you agree with me?
Yes, I do.
You agree with
Because
location
we
being
have like more than 10 locations and it will be easier to view any insights per location. That's my own thought anyway. You can filter whichever location of your choice you want to get more information.
all right. So for this, we have like location versus product. Wow. Beverages, household, and the likes. And one thing is this. No. If you cannot tell what's going on within few seconds, your dashboard is not doing a great job. This particular dashboard is not doing a great job. I swear. This isn't it for me. It's even hard to even tell. It's even hard to tell. If we had a slicer here, let me get the slicer. So now you can see that we can easily filter for this one. Let me connect it, report connection to all chats. So we can easily filter and see that, oh, okay, for Ibadan, people make more of online transfers and they do cash too compared to POS. Let's see for Port Harcourt. For Port Harcourt, people pay online too. For this one, Lagos, we don't even know what's going on with Lagos if. So location really helps. Now we can as well tell how much we did for each location. So for June, Benin City, what exactly did we do? We made so much sales for June compared to other months. December, people shop a lot. So what exactly happens that we made such a low sales? What is going on? You can tell that from here, most of our customers buy snacks. They buy more of snacks and beverages compared to household items and personal items. So if there's even like a customer data set, if they have like a customer data, you can even start looking at the customer behavior and the likes. So first, you need your insights. Very important. You need your insights. You need to know, okay, what exactly do I want to show? What exactly do I want to see? How many KPIs do I need to show? What are the KPIs? if I show this particular KPI, is it going to be nice? Which slicers do I need to show? For me personally, I actually do a sketch. I do sketch with a book and pen before I start designing or anything. So I know my charts. I write down my charts. Writing helps me. So I write down how many charts I want to display. I write down how many KPIs I'm actually displaying also. And I go out there, I source for inspirations. I go to Behance, I check Pinterest and the likes for inspo. And I do a little sketch. Oh God. Are we still here? Yes, we're still here. I thought the call ended. Okay, that's fine. So I search for inspos, I sketch, I do this little bit of sketch. Okay, what can I pick from this dashboard? What can I pick from this other dashboard? And yeah, voila. So for this particular dashboard, I picked this from a different dashboard. I saw it somewhere and I picked it up. This is supposed to be blue. I picked this from a different dashboard. This sign up having a different color entirely. I picked this one. If you look at, am I sharing my entire screen? I'm not sharing my entire screen, so you guys are not even seeing what I'm showing you. Let me just share my entire screen. Stop sharing. Okay. I'm very sure we can now see. Yeah, we can now see what I'm talking about. So for this particular placeholder for the buttons, I picked this from a different dashboard entirely. This is supposed to be blue. For this one, for this last visit Saturday, January, blah blah blah, I picked it from a different dashboard. Got the info from a different dashboard. From this one, that's it's a different color. I got it from somewhere else. So different ideas placed together. This particular one, this this little the red whatever beside it, I came up with the idea myself. This one, I got the color from somewhere else, but I had the thought myself to insert this shape inside here. So different ideas scattered everywhere, sketch, and I bring them together. So do we all know how to do pivot tables here or not? Or do I have to do this from scratch? Does anybody not know how to do a pivot table? Okay, Vina, I'm going to send something first concerning that. Sorry, Chi, please, can you unmute your mic and speak?
Yes, I've omitted. I've
Please speak.
omitted. I'm not familiar with the pivot table.
You're not familiar with that means you have a lot to do, Chi.
Okay.
You need to be really, really committed. But you can mute
Okay.
back. I'm just going to talk a bit about pivot table.
Okay, I'll do that.
Expose to the group. So I'm going to send it. I made a post concerning inspos where I get my inspirations from. But that's by the way. So just because of Chi, I'm going to copy everything here. I'm going to copy and I'm going to paste as values here. Yes, so I've pasted as values. So in order to get a pivot table, we have to turn this into a table. And the shortcut for this is Ctrl T. So it highlights everything. You check my table have headers. Sorry, my table has headers. You click on OK. And you can choose the color that suits you best. Or you can make amends if you please. I'm going to add, do I need to add an extra sheet? No, I don't need to. So summarize with pivot table. You click here, summarize with pivot table. You can name your table if it pleases you. Advisable to name your table. Click on new worksheet. And okay, so we have our new worksheet. We have this particular field. Now I'm going to click on invoice. I'm very sure we all know how, what is it called? How what safe? I've forgotten what I was about to say, but I'm going to skip and move on. So for Chi, you have to go over to YouTube and you search for how, you have to like do your research and search for pivot table. This is not going to be more of like a detailed explanation, it's just a summary. So I copied and I pasted this, and I'm going to make amends to this. Okay, what kind of thing? What do I want to see? What do I want to see now? I'm going to bring in location. Yeah, I was about saying, I hope we know how our pivot table field works, how rows works, how values works, how column works, and how filter works. This is very, very important. Very, very important. So I'm going to bring in values, total volume here. So this just aggregated for, it has given me a total of Abuja, Benin City, Ibadan, and the likes. Now I can get a chart from this. And using the right chart is actually very important. Very, very important. It helps you tell your story easily. So we have one chart. Maybe let's work with 3 charts. I'm going to paste this here. And I'm going to paste this here. So what else do I want to see? I'm going to remove location. Okay, so I just imputed invoice ID. So this is more of, oh, we had 54 persons paid with cash, 61 persons did an online transfer. I'll be online. This online and transfer is the same thing. So just change it, just make it the same thing. In my own opinion, it's the same thing, but you can as well, if you do not think it's the same thing, that's fine. So we can display for this one. What chart do I want to see? I'm going to use a bar chart. Okay, for my last chart, what else do I want to see? Please, what else do we want to see? Okay, we can decide to do this. This is 4 and this is 3. Let me just use the pie chart for this. So we can see from here that this pie chart is not even doing justice. So this is actually totally up to you. But if, for me, if a particular information is more than 5, I do not use a pie chart. So it depends on what you want to display. Please, are we together? Hello, are we together? All right. So it depends on what you want to display. For example, now we can as well tell, okay, from this pie chart, we can see that 26% contributed to our, sorry, personal care contributed to our revenue more with a 26%. Oh, sorry, snacks contributed more. Our total revenue is made up of 29% of snacks. So most of our customers got snacks compared to beverages and household items. So it depends on what you want to tell and the story you are telling, right? So we have three charts. We have three charts, and I'm going to do two KPIs. I want two KPIs only. Okay, and what do I want? I want, let's do three KPIs and see. Okay, now we have count of invoice, how many entries we have. We have total amounts of revenue generated, and we have sum of quantity, total quantity that was bought. And if we have location as a slicer, we can easily filter through, right? Now, let's do something simple. I'm going to go to insert. I'm going to go to shapes. Now it depends. If whenever I'm working with a brand, I always make sure I use their brand color. So that depends on you and what you want to do. I just stick with the brand color, and I make sure I do not play with too many colors, because it's just going to be, it might not be shooting for the eyes, especially when you don't know how to play around with colors. It will not be okay for you. So we have a shape here. I'm going to duplicate this. Let me expand this a bit. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste. I want this to be, can anybody suggest any color? Okay, nobody's saying anything. And I want this to be, so moving on, our classes will not be like this. So this, we are just doing this because it's the first, time we are meeting, in order to carry everybody along. I'm going to change this to a light blue. More feel. I don't like this, but this works. So it depends if you want your border lines. So border lines are basically the color beside it. So if I change it to yellow now, you can see it has changed to yellow. Now, do you want borderline or you don't want your borderline? So I'm just going to remove this. So that depends on you if you want it or you don't want it. I'm going to insert a text. So I'm going to call this Cindy's Supermarket. Is Cindy still on the call? Cindy, please unmute your mic and speak. Hello? Cindy, are you on the call? Cindy is on the call. Who knows? Maybe Cindy slept off. Cindy, are you still here? All right. Jade, are you here?
Yes, I'm here. I'm right here.
All right, that's fine. So we are going to adjust this to Jade's Supermarket. And I don't want this to have any fill. So I'm going to come here, no fill. I'm going to highlight this. I want this to be bold. This is supposed to be in caps lock, sorry. Since it's the header. Jade Supermarket. I want this to be bigger. Jade Supermarket. So this depends on you if you want to put, this is an overview of blah blah blah. Depends on your inspo. Blah blah blah. So I'm going to adjust this. I do not want it to be bold. It's like a subheader, so I don't need any of that. I don't want it to be, to be too much too. So we have that. If you look through this, you can see a border. I don't want a border. I'm going to go via no outline. I don't want any outline. Okay. I need another shape. I'm going to copy this, Ctrl V, and we have 3 charts. So that means since we have 3 charts, what that means is we'll be having 3 placeholders. We have 3 charts and 3 KPIs. You see why I don't like using Excel to do this? Because the moment it doesn't fit, you have to keep adjusting and adjusting and adjusting, and you have to like keep adjusting all the elements. Except you know exactly the measurements you are using. Where is that guy? Every small thing, something don't shake. Okay, let me change this to white. Honestly, I don't want this to be white. I don't want this to be white. I don't think I'll like this if it's white. So this is a lighter shade of blue. Now you have to start thinking, oh, where am I going to have my slicer? Where should my slicer be? That depends on you. Do you want your slicer by this side or not? I'm going to adjust this. I'm going to move this. I'm going to copy. You can adjust the side. If you come here, you can adjust the size. Or you can just copy and paste. And another reason why I like using PowerPoint is because you get to see, you can easily see your align line. It helps you align easily. Excel is not that flexible. Copy. but you can still align, sha. So I'm pressing on my control key. I'm clicking on this, clicking on this, clicking on this, selecting all items I want. I'll go to shape, I'll go to align, I'm going to align top. So all of them, they align to the top together. And I aligned vertically. I want the space in between to be of the same measure. So I can as well copy this, copy, Ctrl V. Now, so this is 3 charts. Are you seeing that? It's not enough. Now you have to adjust again. I'm not going to say anything. Copy, paste, you adjust. But it doesn't have to be perfect. This is just a demo. So you have to make sure it aligns properly. Very, very important. So now let me import our graph or charts. I'm going to Ctrl X. Please, are we all together? Okay, we're together. So for this, one of the things that makes our dashboard looks different from others is they are just the little things. You'd see some person's dashboard online and you're like, wow, oh my God, how did you create this? So it's just the little things. For this particular one, I don't want any shape. I don't want any feel. I want it to be transparent. So this is transparent, right? If I had worked with a wireframe, I would have easily dragged in order to accommodate this chart. Now you have to start adjusting everything. You have to start adjusting everything one after the other in order to accommodate this chart. That's by the way. I don't even want to speak on it yet. So what I usually do, you see this filter stuff? Yeah, you can filter from here. I always remove it. We have our slicers. What do we need this for? So I go to pivot chart analyze and you click here, hide all, hiding all field buttons. So I do not work with grid lines also. It depends on what you are doing. So I remove grid lines. I like seeing my data label. It's easier for a client to tell what's going on. Your chart title is very, very important. And this thing is not that important, especially when you have your header key, your data label. So for this total, this legend, I remove it. It's not necessary, it's not needed. So from the look of things, we'll just work with one chart. Now I can adjust this color. You can give them different colors or not. But for this particular situation, there's actually no use giving it multiple colors. No use. So let me say, I want this to be this color. Yes. Someone's hands are up. I'm going to remove, I don't want any outline. Now, do I adjust this? Now I have to adjust this. Sorry, Jude, you can speak.
Okay, so I'm thinking for me, I would have loved to like give it a different color, but for some specific bars, maybe like the highest performing country. I say country, I mean states. Then the lowest, probably representing the highest performing states with a different color, maybe green. But I think that would be odd because of the color we are using. Then for the lowest, probably red. So for the clients can easily see at a glance to say, oh, green, highest performing, not necessarily reading through the figures and all. That's my own opinion.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. But whatever you're doing, you have to make sure it works with. You have to make sure it works with your color, right?
Exactly.
That's what she just explained. You have to make
Yeah.
sure that whatever you're doing, it works with the color. So are you seeing why I don't like this? You have to, the moment it doesn't fit in, you have to start adjusting everything again from the beginning. Okay, there's actually a way to go about it though. If you group all, that's true. So let me group all of this. Please, if your hands are up, you can just unmute and speak. Hello? Jade, please. Anybody's hands? Anybody's hands up?
No, I don't think so. I can't see anybody's answer.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's group this together. Control and select. Okay, so we can actually group together. We can group and we can move, right? So yeah, that's true. You can do everything. You can now easily drag. You feel the vibes. So you don't even need PowerPoints like myself. But I'm still going to work PowerPoint though. So now I can now accommodate this. Sorry, for this particular one, when should we be expecting? When should be the deadline? So you see, voila, this makes sense. When should we be expecting? When should this be? When should we be expecting to see this? X, are we all here? Hello?
Yes, yes.
Please, when should be the deadlines for this?
I would think that Vena speaking, since it's the first time, um maybe our next call is Wednesday. So I
Yes.
don't know. The point is that I've missed a lot of important calls that explained everything. But for me, if we, I don't know how the reports are gonna be. Like, is it the three of them at once or not? If it's the three of them, then probably over the weekend for a start. I don't know, my suggestion.
Sorry, who is speaking?
I introduced myself. I said Vina.
All right, that's fine. Sorry. Okay. Over the weekend. That's actually not going to work out for over the weekend. I know this is for a start, but we are a team. I think if there's any question, if there's any issue, or there's any challenge, you
I
should ask.
this is true.
All right, please go ahead.
Yeah. I believe the time stated for this is 5 a.m.
Sorry, I'm listening to you. Did I get
Yeah,
that? No, I
I
didn't.
believe. I believe the time stated for this is 5 a.m. So
Yes, it is.
I don't know exactly how long it has to. I mean, the session has to be uh, because I
It
saw
doesn't.
5 to 6 a.m. Or would there be an extension of time?
It's actually 5 to 7.
Okay, it's actually 5 to 7.
Yes.
Or can we make it something like 5 to 6:30? Then by the weekend we can, which is on Saturday, we can then do the summit.
Are you on the community call, Chief?
And the community call, yes.
Were you on the call? Were you on our very first call?
On the very first call, no, the very first two calls, I wasn't available.
All right.
That was on 30th and 31st, right?
It was just at first.
Okay, 31st, I wasn't available on that.
All right. So, but you're on the group chat and have you been seeing the poll?
I've been on the group chat, yes.
Have you been
That was
seeing?
yes,
So that
yes,
means
I've
you
been
came
seeing the
in.
chat.
Have you been
Yes,
seeing the pool, various pools? You've been voting also.
yes, I voted. I voted for Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
So why are you not speaking about Saturday right now? Because we worked with what majority of individuals picked.
Okay. Uh, so it's fine. No, I'm just considering people's because I see how many of us are present online at the moment. And like you said, we are supposed to be working as a team.
But we can as well attest to the fact that not everybody is going to follow along, true of us.
Okay.
Like no matter how we try to accommodate others, some persons will still not show up.
Yeah, that's
So that's why we have the recordings available, right? In order for you to even record on Google Meet, you need to be a paid user. I know how I had to crack my head and figure a way out in order to be able to record this particular thing. Anyways, please you can note.
so it is actually it is fine with me. I really don't know about others. You can't say myself it's fine with me. I still don't know about others.
All right, that's fine. You can just mute. Thank you. Your background is really noisy. Okay, so still, what we are going to do is to try our best to accommodate others. But no matter how we try our best to accommodate others, some persons will still not make it, and that's totally okay, right? For the individuals that choose to, recordings will be provided, recordings will be sent to our various emails. So you can decide to watch the recordings and meet up with the deadline. It's the deadline that you have to meet up with. If you choose not to make it to morning calls, that's up to you. Because even when I was putting it out there, stated it, I emphasized on 5 a.m. grinders. But that's fine. I would work with the individuals that are available. I got 120 something sign up. We are like 40 something persons on the group. So still, it will still be like about 10% of that individuals that would even have a portfolio by the end of the program. But still, I don't think it's feasible using a week to run a particular um to run a project, to run one dashboard. That is a lot of time. You're taking so much time. And since we are supposed to be on our feet, maximum 3 days, 4 days, we should have something up, right? But still, a timetable will be drafted out and will be sent to the group, right? So please, have you been following up with what I've been doing here or not?
I Hello, Miriam.
Yes, please, who is speaking?
It's Jade. So I have something to say about what you just said, right? So for me, on my own side, I feel giving a week for the submission of the project is actually fair enough, considering that individuals have other things they need to attend to. So for me, as a person, I'm working 4 times in a day, in a week, right? Then I know I have the remaining 3 days to myself. Then since I know, oh, I have a project to submit in a week, I have to like adjust myself to like, okay, oh, for these 12 days, I need to focus on this project and get it sorted. Because if you are giving me like 3 days or 4 days, I might be actually engaged for that period. But if I have a whole week, it's not as if I'm doing the project for the whole week. I have some days to myself to meet up with some other activities, and I have some other days to meet up with. That's my own opinion. So for me, I feel giving 1 week is actually much, but considering other factors, I don't think it's a lot of time, considering that we are actually doing some other things. You know, it's not as if the whole 3 days is actually to ourselves and all. I don't know if you get my points. So you might need to consider that as well.
Okay.
Basically, sorry to add to what Jade said. Basically, because we are still starting, because obviously we can, if we want to achieve something meaningful and tangible, we would need to maybe move faster. But because we are starting, we could just give ourselves that laxity of time for just maybe some time. Then we move the right way. That's actually what I thought the first time. So we can think the first and the second week, then beyond that, then everybody has to work with the time. If it is 2 days or 3 days interval, by then most people that would want to be here would have adjusted to it, right? Because um definitely, just as you rightfully said, everyone can't meet up. So that 1 week or 5 days for now should be more helpful for us to adjust.
All right. Please, who is speaking right now? Who just finished speaking?
Zena,
Oh,
Zena.
okay. Sorry. Okay. 1 week to do a dashboard. Hold on, I'm still trying to think. You said for now.
We actually
No,
know
no,
that is sorry, it's funny because that
think,
body you can
you
create
know, it's
it in.
actually a lot. But you know,
Eh,
considering other factors, and for me, I'm very sure that most of us are actually, maybe we are doing one job or the other. It's not easy. I won't lie to you.
I
Like,
agree.
okay, I need to attend 12 hours a shift per day, then getting back home, I need to like rest and prepare for the next shifts. I don't know. Had it been I'm not doing anything at all, I'm just a student. I know within a day I can actually fix this.
Okay. But
But you know,
It's
you don't know the
less than
exact
that.
day I'll be free, and you don't know the exact day another person will be free.
okay. But what I want to say is that I think
Mhm.
I have two things to say. It's more of
Okay.
most persons are not going to get this thing done. until the day of the deadline. That's just humans for you, right? So the time you allocate to a particular thing is the amount of time you get it done, right? Most persons work a lot under pressure than when they are giving their free will. That's number one. So if you have a tax, if something is thrown at your table and you have to work on it for the next 3 days, whether you are busy or you are not busy, you would actually sit up and do that. That's one. Then number two, what do I want to say? Okay, it depends on, still we would have to deliberate on our. I like the fact that Vina and Jade, you guys are very, very active. I love active individuals. We are looking at 8 weeks, remember. So we are looking at 2 months, okay? 2 months, and we have to come up with nine projects. Nine projects. So if you are saying that for every, if we are allocating 1 week to every project, that would be 9 weeks. And remember, this particular thing that we are doing here, this one that we did today, it doesn't count as our number one project, except you guys want it to count, right? So if this particular one doesn't count, it means you're just going there, you're just going to play around with it. Then you have like 3 others to do. So let's say for every first project, we like do it together and it doesn't count. It just gives us that leverage to freestyle and talk more about it as a team. So are you seeing where I'm coming from concerning the time? So we have to, in as much as we are giving ourselves a week, what is very, very important is not, we have to look at our timeline. We have a timeline and we need to make sure we meet up to it. Still, after creating this dashboard, we have to talk about documentation. We have to document them properly and do like a little report about it, right? We have that one to do. We also have our sites to create, more of like, I have like this little sites where if you click on it, you'd see all my links. You see all my YouTube, all my Facebook, all my links, all my social media links. You see a little thing about me. And I can as well impute my dashboards there. So you can click on something and you see the project I've worked on over time and you can get little insights on it. And still there's some persons that will be like publishing on Medium. So this is that particular time you have to stretch yourself. That's why we are 18. You have to look for a way and stretch ourselves. Whatever you're doing, you have to like prioritize. Priorities matters a lot. Yes, Jade, I agree you have a job. You have a job. I actually do have a job. So I have a job. I have a business I run. And I have like other things I do. But still, we have to look for a way and stretch ourselves for the next 2 months. So if there's anything that we are doing, we have to be looking at the timeline. That's the most important, right?
Okay,
So yeah,
let's
we
see
have
how
to
it
look at it
goes.
just to the timeline. So that's fine. As long as it fits the timeline, then we are good to go. All right? Is that okay?
Okay, it's okay.
The Lord is
Oh,
our muzzle.
amen. So still, this pie charts, I'm not feeling, but I'm just going to leave it here. But if you see what I did, I used reasonable colors, right? I used colors that are suiting to the color blue. So it's very, very important. So like this, we already have our charts. We already have everything. Maybe we can just edit the header you get. So these are our KPIs. So for our KPIs, I'm going to copy this. Please, I'm just going to insert a new text box. So I want, should be the first one is count. I don't know, I'll just leave it as count. We are running out of time. I'm going to leave this as count. Hello, good morning. How was your sleep? So I'm going to remove the outline. It depends on what you're doing. You can decide to leave the outline, but most of the time I don't leave an outline. I don't like this count. Please, somebody should give me a reasonable thing to put here. Jado count. I'm going to insert an icon. So icons are one of the things that takes your dashboard from 97 to 95. So I'm just going to input any icon here. Let me just use this. Let's adjust this to 0.5. Are we together? Are we here? All right. Where did that icon go to? So this stuff is actually big, so adjust. I want it to be 16 total count. Count ID. What did I name this one? Invoice count. So you can adjust. Then I'm going to add another. So for this is a text box. I'm going to go here, equal to, I'll move over to this sheet. I'll click on this. Is everyone seeing what I'm doing? Do I have to explain? Do we understand? Please, you can mute your mic and speak. If you don't understand what I'm doing, please unmute your mic and speak. I don't want any feel. I want this to be bold. I want to be to this color. I want it to be as a 16. I do not want any shape outline. So, voila. We have something great coming up. Are we here together? Please, do we have any question? Let me insert a slicer. I'm very sure we can pick it up from here. Slicer, I want location. So I think I want 2 columns. Like I want 4 columns. Yes, this works for me. So I can remove the header. I can come here, slicer setting. I can remove display header. So I can make amends to this. I just have to duplicate this. I want the whole slicer to be this particular column. Coming. See. Is new slicer style. I want this to be 6. And I want it to be regular. I don't want any border. Okay. Do we know how to to adjust slicer setting? Yes or no?
No.
Jada, you don't know how to adjust slicer setting. Okay, that's fine. So this, let me get the color for this. All right. So here now, whenever you get a slicer, it always comes with a default one, right? So you have to go over and click on new slicer style, which I did, and you can now start customizing. So if you click on here, you can modify it. So we have various options. For this whole slicer, it means what do you want the whole slicer to look like, right? So you can clear the already, you can clear the former one you did, the former settings you did, or you can modify it, whatever you look through. If you see here, 6, that's my font size is 6, no borders, shaded. So I want to adjust it. I want more colors, and I want this color. This is the color I want. Did this thing even adjust? I want to adjust my font a bit. I think I want it to be bold. I don't know. Are you seeing that it has adjusted to this? It was this background color before. It has adjusted to this color. Now I'm going to go back. I don't want it to be bold anymore. I'm going to remove it. So you have to keep adjusting and adjusting and adjusting on it until it suits you or your taste. So I don't want it to be bold anymore. It has removed that. Now, if you hover is more of like when you use your cursor to move on something. If you hover, nothing is showing. Take note. So I'm going to come with, so we have header. But remember, we removed our header, that location part and that filter thing. We removed our header. So there's nothing, whatever we are setting there is not going to affect it. So we have select items with data, selected items with data. So for every time we select an item with a data, which color do we want to see? Right? Let me put this color. This is not the color I want to see, honestly. Are you seeing it? Port Harcourt is selected. That's why it's this color. Jade, are you with me?
Yes, got it.
All right. So I'm just going to adjust it to the color I want to see. Right? So I want to see this blue. This is the blue I want to see. I'm going to come here. I'm going to get the hex code. This is not the hex code. So this is the hex code. I'm going to get the hex code and I'm going to go back to slicer. Now, if you look through this, whenever you click on anything, it turns to this yellow. Sorry, to this blue. Now, looking at this, you see that the black is not visible, right? So we need to change it to what we can easily see. So you have that in mind. Modify, come to selected items with data. I want more color. I want this color code. This is the color I want to see with my eyes. I'm going to go to font. I'm going to change this font color. I want it to be white. I don't want to see borders. I don't have interest in that. So have you seen it as adjusted?
Yes.
So if I click here, it has adjusted. So I'm still going to come back here. I'm going to select the slicer again. So you have to adjust this one after the other. I think to me, nothing stresses me like this slicer thing. You have to select items with no data. So that means for items that you select, if they don't have a data, what color do you want it to show? Right? These unselected items with data, items that are unselected, that you've not selected, what do you want it to show you? Unselected items with no data, what color do you want to see? So I'm going to click on this. The another change is going to be this hover selected items with data. I'm going to adjust it. Now, if I'm being honest, I don't even know the color I want to see. Okay, I want to see gray. I'll see gray. So I don't want any fill as usual. If it's gray, it's okay if it's white. So I'm going to choose, let me choose this gray. So, give me a minute. Okay, so what we adjusted is selected items with data. Jade, are you with me?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes. So
So
anytime we put our cursor on any of the states, it show gray, like hovering on any of the objects.
no, not any of them. This one is when you hover on a selected item, that's when it shows gray. But
Okay.
that's not what I want to do. So I'm going to modify this. I'm going to come to here and I'll clear, right? I'm going to hover unselected item with data. That's what I'm going to do. I'll pick gray. Fonts. So now, are you seeing?
Yes.
Did you see that?
Okay.
Yes. So you can as well come here, right click, clear, and voila. So are we good to go?
We try.
Sorry, does anybody have any question? Oh my god. Sorry, do you have any question? Are you sure Cindy did not sleep on this call? Cindy, are you still here? All right, so Jay doesn't have any question. And I think Cindy is sleeping. I don't even know how I forgot. Okay, Cindy. Cindy, that means I've been accusing you wrongly all this while. Okay. So I was supposed to take attendance. I don't even know how I forgot. Well, since we have the recording.
You left on the toilet and you're not flying.
But I think for the recording. So just give me a minute. I'm trying my best. It's not working. So Jade, when should we be expecting this, or we should come up with a?
So I thought you said you draft a timetable so
Yeah,
we
I'll
can
draft
work
it.
towards whatever we have. And are you also going to put this in the group, like give instructions on what to do and what is expected of us, and
What to do as in how?
like what is expected of us, or you don't want to put that in the group?
Do you know what is expected of us?
It's just to clean the supermarket data sets, then create a dashboard, identify your KPIs, and probably come up with your own insights, probably 3 or 4 insights.
Yeah, so I think anybody that looked through or sees the video would obviously know what we we
Okay.
did. So except for individuals that do not go through it.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, please. I want to ask. Can you come up with a late come up question? Like, 3 different data sets we are sent. Are we gonna work on the 3 data sets at once? Like,
Okay. I sent only one. I asked people to download only one. No. The other ones you go and scavenge for it yourself. My baby.
I didn't hear that clearly. Sorry, please.
So I said for every two, right? For every two, we would work on it together. What am I saying? Sorry. For every two, the first project for every two, right? We are going to work on the first one together. So the first project for Excel, we just worked on this one together, right? So everybody's come up with their various insights, the same data set and all of that. But the others, you have to scavenge for your data set yourself. You have to go and look for your data set yourself and see what you want to do with it. You get. Maybe what we can do is just look through for corrections, what you did wrong, what you're supposed to do, and all of that. I don't know. Did that answer your question or not? Vina, hello?
Said I'm
Hello?
actually not sure because I thought the three data sets sent will be what we are going to be using. So, like I said, it's a late comer question. If I was there, if I was here in the first place, I would have known what to do. But please, I would like to be carried along. That's actually why I'm asking a lot of questions now. So I don't know.
Okay,
I'm not sure I got what is.
okay, that's fine. So no, you have to work on only this supermarket data set. The rest, you're not to work on that, right? Just the supermarket data set only.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. No
And any
problem.
other
All right.
question?
No, no.
Sorry. Since in the absence of none, we can all go back to our various life activities. I'll see you guys. I'll still drop messages on the group. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Hopefully. I'll be seeing Jade, Vina, and Cindy again. Yeah. Bye. Thank you to Jade. Cindy!
I'm
I need
still
to stop
here,
recording.
Zima.
Cindy, what have you been doing since you refused to say anything on the call? Cindy, what's the problem?
Uh, I didn't want to say anything. No, 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 no. There's no
All right, let me
problem.
just.
No problem.
All right, that's fine. Let me just stop recording. But you're fine now. You're carried along.
Yes,
All right. I'll see you tomorrow again.
tomorrow.
Yeah, bye.
Wait, tomorrow?
Yeah, you go to the hub on Tuesdays,
Oh,
remember?
Did we decide on a deadline yet?
I didn't get that.
Have we decided on a deadline yet?
For the dashboard.
Dashboard. Yeah.
No, we haven't. But I'll send that into the group. Hopefully today.
Oh,
Yeah.
see you tomorrow then.
Anyways, bye.
Bye.